All right. Hello. Welcome back to I'm Glad You Asked. I'm Bianca Ariel, business coach and creator of Career to Calling.
And I am Dominique Rice, owner of Dominique Rice Consulting. Thank you all for tuning in today.
Awesome. Welcome back. All right, girl. So, how did your week go?
It's been really interesting. So, I mean, work wise, things have been flowing, contracts coming in, like everything's panning itself out. My ads
Okay.
are live, all is well. Personally, we had a lot of fun this weekend with my family and friends. And last night, unfortunately, my apartment totally flooded. So, like, I lost all my clothes, shoes, like, all material things that can be replaced. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But we're here to find another day. So, yeah, it's just been a whirlwind kind of week, but here we are.
Woo, that's just how life goes. At the time of recording, there's a lot going on in the world right now. So, right now, we're actually on curfew. So located in Los Angeles. So we are on curfew from 6 p.m. to I believe 5 a.m. in the morning because of the rioting due to the George Floyd shooting. So I've been kind of in the house. I'm always in the house anyways, but it's kind of a different feeling because not only are we going through a pandemic, but now we're also being placed on curfew to where we can't move around as we like. So we definitely have to prepare for a new shift that's happening in the world.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, anything that you can do to put, like, this is what I'm explaining to my clients and what I'm sending out today is that, like, we're not business owners to be business owners for ourselves. I know for that's my standpoint. Like, if you're truly
Mhm.
a business owner and you're truly, like, God's given you a talent of entrepreneurship, we're here to create jobs, empower people, and inspire people. So, like, if what you're doing is it making a shift in the community, then is there ways that you can add a shift towards that? So, like,
Right.
I'm adamant about, like, I'm doing what I'm doing to really, really help people take financial control. Because as Black people and as a Black woman, unless you have money, you don't have the resources to be able to be free without having freedom. And freedom costs. So if you want freedom, time, your resources, your family freedom, then you have to put in the work, and we have to cultivate things that will allow us to get there.
Yeah, I definitely understand. And I understand the concept of, serving, right? What we do is the purpose behind it is so that we can serve others. And that's why we feel so passionate about what we do and what we offer to our clients. So yeah, that's it. So for me, today's June 1st and it's a Monday. So for me, as I'm as a planner, I'm like, this is a really, really good time to sit down. It's the middle of the year, and really start to take a look at some of the financial goals, revenue goals, client acquisition goals, and things both personally and professionally. And these are things that I sit down and do with my clients as well. So I am actually going to bring someone on board that's going to help me with lead generation so that I can focus the majority of my time on coaching. Um, because, not only do we have to run our businesses, but we also have to help other people run their businesses as well. So I'm trying to figure out what would be an effective and conducive flow. And that's what I've kind of been spending the majority of my day on today.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So today, outside of my apartment, dealing with insurance claims and my apartment building, um, I love June 1st, and I love that it's a Monday, because we are getting ready to prepare for the next 2 quarters to finish up the year, So, um, now is the time to really start manifesting exactly what you want to do this month, personally and professionally. One thing that I am doing, and something I wanted to talk about that I haven't shared, is that I occasionally get contracted by a nonprofit organization to do webinars, and this nonprofit organization is for Black and Indigenous women only. So their webinars, only Black and Indigenous women can come. I'm a contractor. So like whoever hires me, that's your platform, I do my job, and I do love the organization and I gift to that organization because I do know they gave when times were hard for Black business owners during the pandemic, they were giving out $500 grants, which may not seem like much, but to a small micro business, like $500 is like able to pay a bill or put food on your table. So like any
Mhm.
organization that like steps up and helps people, like I understand because a lot of minority businesses were not getting originally the PPP money or different grants and things like that in the beginning, and they stepped up and were just giving out $500 scholarships like that. So
Mhm.
to them. But I shared that I was going to be speaking at this live webinar, and a woman in my industry of nanny placement said, "Well, I'm very disappointed to see you taking a part of an organization. I went to register and saw that I couldn't do this. And I'm so
Okay.
disappointed that
So
you
I'm
would even,
assuming she was Caucasian or
yeah, she's
okay.
Caucasian." So at first I was like, well, I'm sorry that this is one offering. And then she's like, well, I said, but if you want me to speak at something that you're having, I'll be happy to DM you my rates and
Yeah.
you're happy to book me. Because I'm always available for the booking.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like, well, I was just going to support you. And I had to stop her there. And I'm like, wait, you never supported me before. So I have lots of free ways that you can support me by sharing a post, liking my business page, subscribing to my newsletter, helping me reach 300 women by doing an action plan, all of which this person has never done.
Mhm.
So if you want to support me, it doesn't seem like you want to support me. It seems like you want to come on my post and talk shit, which is fine. Like, but just say what it is. And if you
Right.
want dialogue. And so I think a lot of times where I understand where people are coming from, it's 2020 and blah, blah, blah. But that particular response shows me that Black women sometimes really do need safe spaces. If
Mhm.
like you have one thing that you can't come to, then you're mad. You
Right.
know, obviously like the need for a safe space and the fact that you don't even understand the safe space, like you wouldn't even make it safe if we were to let you come.
Right. Right.
So, like it was really, really sad to have experienced that this week with everything that's going on.
Yeah, and you know what? Um, if she had something that was like for her culture, that like specifically for her culture, like would we have questions about that? Like I wonder, because me personally, I don't want to be anywhere where I'm not welcome. So I don't feel no type of emotional connection to any place that does not welcome me. I don't like to be tolerated. Okay. So for me, it would almost be like, okay, is this a situation that maybe, they feel empowered together? So like like in religion culture. I'm not Jewish. So if there was a Jewish gathering, I mean, I feel like everyone should be welcome to explore it. But if that's something that you're just not a part of, I mean, I think that's just considered culture. I don't understand what the discrepancy is. And anything that's out there that's willing to empower, women of color specifically, this is a culture that's constantly being overlooked. And there's not a lot of resources out there to help minority business owners. So in actuality, you're giving a service, and at this time, like you mentioned, this is just not for her. And I don't think that we should be going and slandering organizations for trying to build and empower their own people.
Exactly, exactly. And I mentioned to her, as a person who owns a nanny agency, there's an association called the Association of Premier Nanny Agencies. And there have been no minority members. There's currently one out of a few hundred agencies that's a minority owner. So I said, well, APNA has no minorities, but someone corrected me and said, oh, now we got one. They got one right now.
Mm, mm,
But that's awesome. But you didn't have any. And when I applied, and to be 100% honest, I have paper trail because everything's in writing. When I wanted to join that organization, they created another step of the process when I tried to apply. They said that I have to check references a certain way. And what triggered me was not that that way was wrong, was that other members of that organization had no knowledge of that rule. So they were basically putting an imposed rule on me, joining the organization, then when I spoke to 4 other agency owners who were already a member of that, had no clue that that was going on.
Wow.
That seemed like there was an extra barrier as a Black woman to join. So I decided at that time to not be a member, and I don't partake in stuff that they do, in certain anything that costs money, because I will not put money into anything at this time that they do, And one of my good friends who is not like that, who he was recently became kind of a board member, is trying to make it more culturally diverse, sat me down and asked me my feedback and things of that nature. But no, I don't want to sit with y'all. No, I don't want to be a part of your gang.
Yeah.
That's
Right, right. So,
okay.
wow, I'm sorry you had to experience that. But on a better note, when is the next webinar? So let everybody know how they can join.
Well, it's actually gonna be the same time right after our show, right before our show airs tomorrow. So it'll
Okay.
be tomorrow at 7 p.m. But you guys will already be watching this, so
Well, they can
um,
watch this later because your live workshop is live, right? Your webinar is live, and this is
yeah.
always going to be posted. So,
Well, we starts at 8, and that starts at 7. So
oh, okay. Oh, so it's an hour before. Okay, cool.
yeah, so I'm excited.
All
Um, yeah, so I have some other stuff coming up, but this week I just kind of my biggest goal this week is to focus on my weight loss again. I want to knock out 4 workouts this week. In addition to 4 workouts, I want to make sure that I'm drinking 80 ounces of water and that I dropped at least 3.5 pounds this week.
I
So
love it.
4 times 80 ounces of water and drop 3.5 pounds. And that's kind of those are my health goals. What about you, B? What are you working on in terms of health wise?
Well, pertaining to health, so I've been a month strong, adapting more of a keto-like lifestyle. I am in week 6 of my lift training. I'm doing a training called Lift 4 on Beachbody, so it's an 8-week training session where we're lifting weights, getting stronger, things like that. So I have weights that I use here at home. So I'm actually continuing to do well. I even, like I mentioned before, I'm decreasing the sessions that I have with my wellness coach because I think I'm mentally in the right place. Right now for me is about setting my revenue target. So June and July is a 60-day transformational period for me. So I have aggressive revenue goals for these 2 months. And my focus really is to do absolutely nothing but grind on the business.
Okay.
So, I mean, grind. Like I opened up my schedule to Saturdays and Sundays,
Okay.
coaching, and then I'm working Monday through Friday. So, like I mentioned before, I'm going to bring somebody on to help me with lead generation. Once we got the calls booked, I'm actually going to try out video consultations to help, kind of create some more of an intimate session. Um, and then I'm also offering like a goal setting workshop up front so I can start adding value prior to any clients committing to the program because I really want people to feel like, confident enough to move forward. So I'm restructuring the pricing. So we're going to go on a 3-tier pricing schedule and we're just doing a lot of elements that are going to enhance the business. And then I'm also working with my clients. So I'm actually rebranding a hair salon right now. So I was really nervous to bring it up to my client, but the name that she had for her business was wonderful, but it was a business name. And when she came to me, she said that she wants to reinvent herself and she wants to be a brand. So I have an idea for a brand. I presented it to her on Sunday and she's very open with it. I mean, she already had her door tags made, like all her logos done for the next step because we're gonna we're gonna launch extensions next. And I came to her and I said, the reason why you hire me is because, you want an outside perspective. So the business name that she had was wonderful, but we had to open up a DBA and we're going to be operating under a different name. And this is going to allow her to expand in any area of beauty that she's interested in
Okay.
with rather than just niching her down. So we are working on that process. I have a list of action items for her to work on for this week. And then next week, we're going to be building out a concept for her podcast. So that is my favorite part. That's what I literally love what I do. So at this point, it's all about the grind. That's how I feel. I mean, I feel like it's just about the grind.
I love it. I love it. So this week for my business, I want to close one new client for consulting. I want to close a nanny placement that I'm finishing up. I want to set up my new MailChimp services for consulting. I'm doing everything through. I use Dubsado, and Dubsado is awesome, but they don't have a component where you can bulk email, mass email at one time. So I want to create my MailChimp and start doing it that way. I've been
Mhm.
doing a lot of it manually, which is fine. Like if I'm just watching TV and stuff, like 'cause I don't have a huge mailing list for consulting. Um, but now that my list is growing, I want to be able to kind of grow from there. Um, so those are just three business goals that I want to do this week that I'm working on. Outside of that, and I'm going to add one more, and that's to work on my ad campaign. I haven't been receiving the exact results I want,
Mhm.
so I'm going to work on tweaking that campaign. Right now, the campaign is allowing people to click my ad, my social media ad, and go to my website, which is awesome. It's getting a lot of people registering. It's getting a lot of people onto my page and all of that good stuff, but I'm not converting them into calls. And my passion is to help women during this time. So if you're not clicking to book a call, then I'm not able to help you and create your action plan. So that's my goal, is to tweak the ad also this week and to receive more clients signing up for calls. Um,
What are
and
you
kind
gonna do to tweak the ad?
so I'm gonna do something similar to what Bianca's sales course teaches all people, not just me. I feel like it's a personal course. Um, it teaches me. No, it's sign up and you'll see. But one thing that we always talk about is our conversion. So I feel like with my current team, we're allowing too many steps. So what I want based on Bianca's program, it to just be click to book a call instead of going to my website and then clicking around. No, boot, click right here to fill out my form to do a call. And I think that's plenty to get us to where we need to be.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that, and we'll be making that shift over the next couple of days and going from there.
Okay, that's cool. I'm excited to see what those results look like. Now your campaign launched for, it's only been about 2 weeks, so I've seen your campaign, which is wonderful. The impressions, which is wonderful. So now we want to take one of the steps out of the process, and we want to make it easier for them to go ahead and book directly with you. Because the thing about it is, when you click on an ad and it goes to a website, we already forgot what you're there for, right? And so they're going to kind of start browsing around, they're going to look around, and if it's not really direct, you're kind of losing the momentum. So what you want to do is have your call to action to where it's just a one click process, and then maybe in like the follow-up email, because they're already going to have to wait to speak with you, then you can include some other additional information to where they can do some more research on you or what have you. But the thing about it is, the ad is already sold them. You've already told them who you are and what you can do and how you can help. So if they click on it, they're already sold. So there's no need for them to go through extra information in order for them to get the job done. So I'm interested to see how that's going to change. The other thing you want to take a look at is who you're targeting.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to make sure that it's specific and that it's your ideal client, which the people the media team that you're working with are skilled, and they should, and they should have that down pat. But we do want to see, is there a way that you can see who is actually clicking on the ad and where they're clicking it from?
I will reach out and ask them that component. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I can see in there that I can't, maybe, I don't know. So I'll reach out and kind of ask them. One thing about the company is I really, really like them a lot. They're really good at what they do. And they're really, really good at listening to me and to what I have to say. So
Hmm.
I feel like with these small tweaks that we're just going to bounce right back
Yeah.
into this. But the calls that I do get and, everything that's happened has been really, really positive. So,
Hmm.
I mean, again, it's only been 2 weeks in campaigns. This is what people don't realize. Take months to really get to where
Yeah.
you want to get the clients calling, because the first month is just simply trying it out and seeing the results. And so that's when you take the time and you track how many people you've converted, how many people have called, how many clicks do you have, and just really seeing your conversion rates on all the levels. And so that's what we're doing right now. So I'm excited along the process.
Okay, cool. And so I know working in the sales field in the past and even through traditional marketing, we always say that it takes 8 times for someone to see a message in order for it to really resonate. And so traditionally as sales professionals, we would want to reach out to at least 8 potential customers per day in order to make effective conversions. So in the world of digital marketing or, structuring a business online, how many times or touch points do you recommend for a business to engage with a potential customer before they convert to a lead and then ultimately a customer?
I mean, I think it's easily seven. So in what my coaching of clients, I say seven. So like when my clients are like, well, I posted on Instagram for a whole month. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
and like one of my former clients would say, I'm like, well, how are you reaching out to your current clients? And she's like, well, I asked them what do they want to eat this week. No, 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 no. How do you capture them so they're always talking about you? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
how are you
Hmm.
doing that? And so that's what my MailChimp and my different videos, and a lot of my clients and potential clients come to webinars that I'm having, and I'm looking to do more things of that nature to give people more free access to me in a group setting. So, um, another thing that I want to plan out for the rest of the year is starting in July, I am going to do a mastermind. I just
Okay.
love it so much. And I want to host women together. I think that comment from that person showed me that women do need a space to come together. And
Mhm.
it's going to be a diverse group of women. It's open to anybody who wants to sign up, but it will allow me to work with women over a course of time, allow them to work together, collaborate together, and as well as have the opportunity to work with me one on one as well.
Okay, I like that. I like it.
Yeah,
Go
this
ahead.
particular mastermind is only going to be about sales. So it's like women who are looking to increase your sales in your service or product based business. It's not going to be like, oh, we're going to talk about how much we love to grow our businesses. No, this is like, we're going to make some more money. So,
Right,
how much
right.
money to make, because that's where a lot of businesses struggle. And I can't, it's really going to focus on sales funnels, productivity, ROI in, marketing campaigns. I know a lot of businesses, I don't know if you hear your clients say this, that are doing the influencers.
Hmm.
So they're hiring influencers to show their products and goods or services, and some of them have great ROI, and some of them basically get a couple of likes on Instagram.
Hmm.
So, really teaching women business owners, like, that's not the only way. And when
Right.
people come to your Instagram, how are you converting them into a lifelong fan and customer?
Hmm.
So getting those conversions. And that's what I want to focus on with my clients through my mastermind, and coming together with like-minded women. So stay tuned. This is for July, but just something I'll be working on all month that I'm excited about.
All right, I'm excited about it too. I want to come. I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
That's awesome. All right, yeah. So that's pretty much it for me, girl. I'm good. We gotta talk about some numbers. We gotta look at the numbers. Like that's what I'm working on today.
Exactly. So get the numbers, get the money, because the money is the resource that you need for freedom. And once you get there, you'll be so happy.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. If you have any questions, reach out to us at weregladyouasked@gmail.com. And we look forward to seeing you back next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.